Hi guys, it's Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to make a video for a little while on any of these current events and everything and transits because I've been moving. So transits affect astrologers too, and I've been very heavily affected by this lunar eclipse coming up, this Gemini North Node, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. All of this stuff has been kind of a really big deal for me in my personal life. But I just moved into a new place and in the midst of unpacking and everything, I found myself a little corner. Here's a corner to update you. So we're going to call this my update corner, where I update you on transits. Now, I just want to talk to you about the lunar eclipse because the lunar eclipse is now, and this energy is going to last for a couple weeks until we get into the solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse is also the ending of a 6-month cycle, but on a larger note, it's the ending of kind of an 8-year cycle. The last time that we had an eclipse in Gemini season, Venus was also retrograde in Gemini, and that was in June 2012. Yes, the year the world ended. 8 is the infinity symbol. 8 is like a portal. It is a death and a rebirth. It's ruled by Saturn. There is something that had to happen in the last 8 years. This kind of is an eerie little situation considering the world was supposed to end in 2012 and it didn't, but now it definitely feels like it did. This 8 is symbolic. I feel like we just went through some form of energetic time warp to try to get something right. It feels like we've been here before, like we've had a million or infinite chances at trying to make it alive, trying to save humanity in some way. Now it's like the real end of this time, and are we going to move forward? Are we going to make it? Are we going to get into the next part of human existence? And that is what we're trying to head into. So of course there is a ton of fear. Fear is rampant right now, and it's only going to get worse. And I don't tell you that to create more fear. I'm just letting you know that fear is the complete opposite of love, and love is God. It's divine energy. The more love you have, the less fear you have, the closer you are to God in that energy. And you can't fake it. You can't fake it till you make it. You can't pretend that you have it. Love is something that glows kind of pure and deep in your heart. And if you don't have it, you kind of start to go a little bit insane, and you believe things that you hear, and you don't know who you are, and everything is crazy and scary, and you don't feel like you can go on, and you lose all hope, and you reach a really black point, a dark point where there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And that can be really scary when it's not happening to you, because you start to see it happening to the people that you love. Or it is happening to you, and it's really scary too. But I want you to know that this energy is going to get darker and darker and darker as we get into the solar eclipse, because the solar eclipse is a new moon, and it's going to fall straight on this Gemini North Node energy. And Gemini is the mind, it's the consciousness on the lower level, lower consciousness. So it's what we know to be true. And what we currently know to be true is a lie, especially when the North Node is in Gemini, because the North Node, or Rahu, is elusive energy. It's energy we can't really nail down. We can't pinpoint it because it's not where we are. It's not where we've ever been. So we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know the future. We don't know what everything is going to bring. We can only kind of look to the past. And in this energy, it's telling us to let go of everything, that there is a new world. And so you're going to have to take a leap of faith, which is on the opposite, the Sagittarius South Node, which the moon is falling on right now as I'm speaking, and what will be moving away from that in the next 2 weeks when the moon moves into Gemini to get to that solar eclipse on the 21st. And that is after actually Mercury goes retrograde on the 17th of June in Cancer. So along with all these other retrograde planets that we have, everything is really pointing that we need to go inward, not outside of ourselves. We need to find our true north within us. And that's going to take this Sagittarius energy, this faith. And so what is actually happening too with the moon is a reflection. It's a reflector. When there's a full moon, there's a mirror where the moon becomes a mirror of the sun. And what this can tell you too is that you are a mirror of God. As long as humanity progresses, our understanding of God progresses. Okay? And so what that also is that we create God. Our mind makes God. Now, I'm not trying to like have a God discussion, but just look at it this way for like a second. Love and light, divine God energy, pointing and illuminating the physical being, okay? If we are only as fearful and lower-minded and regressed as we can be, we can't see God. We can only see fear, lower, regression. We can only see pain. And that is what we will project into this God idea, okay? Because that is what we know to be true. And that is why over time, if you look at Greek mythology, Uranus was overthrown by Cronus. Cronus was overthrown by Zeus. And Zeus being the ruler of Sagittarius, which is our south node right now, which is faith, religion, this idea of higher consciousness, that there's something more, that God was in our mind, this higher consciousness energy. So during this lunar eclipse, we are going to meet ourselves, our idea of God. Our mirror to ourself is going to be awakened, and the truth is going to come out, and it's not going to necessarily come out in the way that we want it to. It's going to come out within ourselves. When the truth starts coming out the way we want it to, that is going to be after the solar eclipse energy. And when the truth comes out, we're really not going to like it. And all these lies that we currently believe, I believe lies. I can tell you 100% right now that I'm sure I believe lies because the North Node is a Gemini. It's just what is happening. It's the energy that we're facing right now. The only thing you can do is have faith, have hope, and believe in yourself enough to believe that there's something out there leading you to a better world that wants to progress you. To understand this energy, you have to understand yourself. And that's what everybody should be doing during this lunar eclipse, letting go of what no longer serves you once you meet who you are. And then moving forward hand in hand with yourself before you can go and change the world. A lot of times I think what's happening, because Saturn is retrograde and it's going out of Aquarius. When Saturn's in Aquarius, a lot of, human rights and activism and change can happen. But we tried to make something happen with a bunch of weak people. A lot of us are very weak. We're tired. We don't have anything. And so we're fighting out of fear. And what needs to happen and what is going to happen is Saturn's going back and it's saying, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do this again. We're going to try it again. And we're not going to get a chance to try it again until December 17th, 2020. And then Jupiter leaves Capricorn and moves into Aquarius which is kind of like here, enlightenment. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's what the South Node is currently in. So we are going to get that chance to change things starting later. Now we have to change ourselves. Now this desire, this need to make a difference is going to only be within you and me. And that energy is what this lunar eclipse is about. Now, I didn't want to just speak. I never do this, so we're going to do some card reading. I already shuffled these, so we're just going to see what comes out. Okay, guys? Because I don't want this video to have to be so long. I just want it to be simple and everything. Okay, these are these fairy cards. They're Doreen Virtue fairy cards. I got them from Bridget Love on YouTube. She's a wonderful friend of mine. She sent me this. So what I just pulled, Prince of Spring, charming, self-confident, passion, restless, but actually I pulled it reversed. Immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. It is the spring, but it looks like the Dark Prince. That's what I'm getting from this card. The Dark Prince is coming. Oh. I'll just pull another card because I'm not getting into that. And I'm like, what am my cards supposed to get into that right now? Oh my gosh, why do I pull cards on camera, you guys? Nine of Spring. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. The fruits. The false prophets. The fruits of the false prophets. The people you're following, yourself. who is leading you astray and who's not. Take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. The King of Spring. Innovative, inspiring, wise, and theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. And the Star. Look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. This is about rising. It's about balance. It's about understanding the energies that we're in to create something good for the future. This is a good promise. It just says that I kind of pulled them all reverse, and I really do play with reversals. That there's a breaking point. That there has to be major pain in order for there to be major goodness. If this Dark Prince energy is coming, and checking out these profits, the fruits of these labors to create balance, there is something not right, something purely evil rising in the midst of all this fear that this fear has been able to create. And if enough people, if we're creating God, if man consciously creates God and there's enough fear, we would create that evil, that dark prince to rise within us and lead us down a path that could end the world forever. But if we believe in love and believe in our purpose and our progress, we can balance out that fear. But you have to have blinders on. You have to focus on what your true path is, because otherwise the world will be out of balance. We have to have balance, and I'm the Libra telling you that. You have to outweigh. If there is so much bad, you have to find the goodness and you have to hold on to it. My throat chakra is starting to fuck up. That was really kind of hard. That kind of hit me. What's this? Oh, back to the Prince of Spring. If you see yourself over this energy and you see something you don't like, it's time to heal yourself. It's time to dive into your trauma. It's time to really, really fall back in love with who you are. Because it's through self-love and self-awareness that we can get through to this Gemini energy to really, really understand the truth. You got to have a little faith in ourselves, faith in our purpose, and that we're meant to be alive. That human race is designed to carry on progress on Earth for glory, for enlightenment, for achievement, and to bring forth something great, love, into the universe. Which the universe void of love still exists. The universe can be void of God. But we are carrying something much deeper within ourselves, and I think that we are fully aware of. And we're learning that now. And this is just part of the human progress. So that is your lunar eclipse energy. Sorry, I got so weird. I am all tripped up. I will talk to you later after I am done moving with some wonderful new content. And I'm going to try to use my new camera. That's my lunar eclipse manifestation. Let go of the old. Embrace yourself. It's going to be a wild ride, but we're going to be okay. The end. Okay. See you soon.